Hi everyone. I'm heading out to Peru to do Machu Picchu in a couple of days time. So I was about to get my bag ready and I thought, why not make a video and then you guys can see what I'm putting into my bag. If you're coming away with a bucket list company, you'd have had our kit list, and this is basically my kit ready for this trip. If you're not coming away with a bucket list company and you're doing Machu Picchu on your own and you found this video, then hopefully you'll have your own kit list, or if not, I'll drop our kit list underneath this video so you can find it on there as well. With Machu Picchu, if you're doing the Inca Trail or the Lares Trek, you can there's two ways of doing it. So either you could have hired porters to go along with you, so therefore they will be carrying your bag, or you might be going porterless and therefore you've got to carry all of your own equipment. For the sake of this video though, I'm doing it as we've hired porters for our group. So normally if you're hiring porters, you're allowed to carry anywhere between kind of 7 and 12 kilos of extra weight. So that's what the porters are going to carry for you, and then you'll carry your day bag with additional weight in it. Okay, so I've got my large duffel bag here. This is what I'm going to be taking with me, and then the first thing that I always put inside my duffel bag is going to be my rucksack. Now, this is going to be my day pack that I'm going to be carrying with me each day on the trek. The porters will be carrying my main bag, I'll be carrying my day pack. I'll also have with me a roll-on suitcase that I put on as my cabin bag, which will put my camera and things like that in, but that then gets left in the hotel with all my spare stuff that I don't need for the trek. So this is why I don't use this bag as my carry-on bag. I put this one straight in. So in my bag it goes. Next thing you want to think about taking with you is a cover for that bag so your stuff doesn't get wet. Now you could either get a cover that goes over the top of the bag, or you could get a bag that goes inside it to keep everything dry. Personally, I prefer the large bag that goes inside it, because this thing, if it gets really windy, it flaps around loads. So I would prefer one of these over one of these, but again, it's personal choice. Many bags come with these anyway. So I'm going to leave that one behind and I'm going to put that one in as well. Next up for Machu Picchu and the Inca Trail is my sleeping bag. I've got a 3-season sleeping bag here, ready to go in. I also need my inflatable mat as well to sleep on. A lot of providers in the tent do put mats in as well. The one that we do also has mats that they have as well, but we just find that actually sometimes they're just not as comfy as our one, so I always take mine with me for a good night's sleep. In they go. I also take with me my Alp Kit cloud cover, because sometimes it's just too hot when you're trying to sleep, and a 3-season sleeping bag is just too warm. So for the extra weight, which is minimal, of this, I always take this with me on my travels as well. Likewise with my travel pillow, so I can get a good night's sleep. So I've got an inflatable travel pillow here as well. So both of those two will assist with my good night's sleep. The next thing I'm going to put in my bag is my walking boots. I'm going to take my walking boots and I'm going to take my trekking shoes as well, but I'm going to wear my trekking shoes on the aeroplane, and I'm going to put these in my bag. Now, what I always do with my boots is I always get a dry bag and put my boots in them, so at least when I finish the trek, if they're muddy and dirty, I'm not going to be putting them back in my bag to come home again. So I always just use a dry bag or a bag of some kind just to keep my boots, to keep them clean from the rest of my kit. So they'll go in. Dry bags are a really good thing for separating out your kit. I put all of my different elements of things in dry bags. It makes it easier for me to find things, and also it makes my kit safe. So if my sun cream exploded in my bag, it would only be one thing that got covered in sun cream, because everything else would be in individual bags. So I use loads of those. So over here, we've got my kit that I'm going to take on the trek with me. Because I've got porters carrying my bag, I don't really need to restrict it too much. I can have a clean t-shirt for every day, and I can have a clean pair of socks every day. So I've gone with 4 pairs of socks, 4 trekking t-shirts, a pair of trousers, and a couple of pairs of shorts, and that will be plenty for what I want. So all I'm going to do now is just pack that into a compressible bag, and then that's ready to go in. So, as you can see, I've compressed all my trekking clothes down into one compression sack, and they're all now ready to go into my bag. Next up, I'm going to take with me a sun hat, as well as a warm hat, as well as a warm pair of gloves as well. So that's basically going to cover me for every eventuality. And again, all I'll do is put that into a dry bag so I know when I need to find it. Then we've got, this is my underwear for trekking. I'm using merino and good quality trekking socks, so I've got a clean pair for every day. I've got my microfiber trekking towel. Again, fold up really small and dry really, really quickly, and that's what we're looking for. I've got my first aid kit. Obviously, we carry a big first aid kit for the group, but I also have my own little one that I carry for me as well. I've got my head torch with spare batteries. So I use these ones you can charge on USB, so they charge super duper quick. So I've always got a spare battery with me as well. Put them in the roof of my bag. I've got my trekking poles, pair of trekking poles, nice and lightweight, fold down super small, so they can slide into my bag. Hydration, so for me, I always take a bladder, a 2 litre bladder and a 1 litre bottle. So if this was to break, I've still got access to my bottle as well. So I always have both with me. Then I come on to, I've got my camera bag with my camera in it, but that's going to go in my hand luggage. That isn't going to go in my bag with me. Likewise, I've got my passport and my money. That goes in my bag with me. Still got loads of spare dry bags left. My wash bag with my shampoo, my toothbrush, my toothpaste, suntan cream, everything in here. If anything explodes in here, it's going to stay in here, so it's not going to get all my stuff soaking wet and dirty. And then Expedition's best friend, wet wipes. It's always handy to have half a packet of wet wipes with you. And then we've got your waterproofs. So I've got my waterproof jacket, I've got my gaiters, and I've got my waterproof trousers. Gaiters aren't really necessary. I just like to wear gaiters to try and stay that a little bit drier. Again, with that, I'll use a dry bag, put it in a dry bag, and then that will go in when I'm on my trek. Then that will go into my day bag, and it's just easily accessible, and it's all together. I haven't got to search around trying to find everything. I know exactly where it is. So again, by using dry bags, it really does compress them down and make them a lot smaller than they would be if you just happen to just try and fold them and put them in your bag. Flip-flops, they'll go in. They can be used for walking around camp, and I'll be using them when I'm on the when I'm walking around Lima and Cusco, and just in the evenings when I want to take my boots off. So I'll throw my flip-flops in as well. Got my universal charger. This will be used for when I'm in Lima and Cusco and making sure everything's charged up before I go on my trek. And then whilst I'm on my trek, I've got a power bank which is big enough to give me plenty of charges, so I can charge my phone, I can charge my head torch if I need to, I can charge my camera battery, so I can get plenty of charge off this one, hence why I use this one. That will go in my hand luggage bag with me. I've then got my mobile phone charger, USB lead for charging my iPhone and my iPad, and then finally I've got my iPad as well that I always take with me when I go traveling, and I've got that in a waterproof bag as well to protect it. And this is, I can use it on the plane, when I'm on the trek, if we arrive early and everyone's chilling out, I can just, like, you know, put a film on or listen to some music, or it's just there to keep me entertained. And that's basically it. That's my bag all packed. The only thing that I've got to add into there now is just a few extra clothes for my time in Lima and wandering around Cusco, and that's everything packed and ready to go. My weight limit on this flight is 23 kilos, and that probably weighs about 15 in total, would have thought, with my boots and everything in there. So I've got plenty of spare weight to go as well. If you've got any questions, just ping us an email and we're more than happy to help. Speak to you soon. Bye.